All right, welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. I am Lupagus. Minnesota Vikings defeat the New York Jets in London 23-17. And a bit of a nail biter. It was a little bit of a nail biter, but defense comes up huge all game long and saves our asses in the end. We're going to go over the PFF grades that came out of that game. Before you do, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like, and comment. And again, always disclaimer when it comes to PFF. Some people take this as gospel. Some don't give two farts about it. But it's interesting to see just like how we viewed the game, who we thought was good, how it compares to what their grading system comes out with, because they put it through a very rigorous grading system. So you do have to respect the numbers they come up with, even if sometimes they don't make sense. Let's start with the bottom 5 graded defensive players. Let's go. The 5th worst one was Jerry Tillery with a 54.8. I don't remember him sticking out bad or doing anything overly well, so I guess that's fine. Pat Jones with a 53.6. Again, I think he was close to hitting home once. I remember him almost getting a sack at some point, but 53.6. I'm not going to argue with that. He was kind of quiet all day long. Jihad Ward, Hadi as they call him, 51.7. Didn't really do much either in this game. I didn't see him making plays or sticking out negatively or positively in this one. So 51.7, I'm not going to really argue with that. Taki Taimani, our big old rookie, undrafted rookie nose guard with a 43.1. All right. And Harrison Smith was the lowest graded defensive player with an 37.9. And this one I do have a bit of a problem with because I thought Harrison Smith played damn well yesterday. Let's just pull up his stats. I mean, he had the beautiful sack on Aaron Rodgers, which he loved getting that. It put him in that exclusive club. I think where everybody else, it's like so many interceptions, so many sacks, so many tackles. Everybody else who has those numbers is a Hall of Famer. He had 6 tackles. He had the sack. I don't know how they graded him out so low. I don't know. Again, that one to me is a bit head scratching. The rest I don't have a problem with. The Harrison Smith one makes me scratch both of my heads. Let's go to the top, the bottom 5 on offense. Brandon Powell was your 5th lowest rated offensive player. This was a minimum of 5 snaps, though, just so we know, minimum of 5 snaps. He had a 54.7. I don't know if he had a target. He was hurt a little bit yesterday, but I don't know, whatever. Okay. Left guard Blake Brandel, who PFF has been actually very, very kind to over the season, 54.0. He had a couple penalties. Some pressures did come through on that left side, but I felt like they were more on the edge. So 54.0 for Blake Brandel. Running back Ty Chandler at the 48.7. That's definitely warranted. He had that horrible pitch that went right off his hands. Running the football, he does this little shimmy thing, doesn't ever seem to hit the hole. If it's there or not, I think his average per carry was, I'll pull it up right here. I think it was like 2 something. It wasn't very good. So Ty Chandler, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. He averaged 2.1 yards a carry on 14 totes of the football. So, yeah, that makes sense. Well done, PFF, on that one. Quarterback Sam Darnold with a 47.9. Yeah, that's definitely fair. Darnold did not have a good game. Decisions weren't great. Ball placement wasn't great. Seemed like he was really trying to force the ball down the field. Saved by a lot of flags on Justin Jefferson. This has kind of been now 6 quarters of Sam Darnold not playing very great football. Again, I'm not concerned, but I would like to see him come back with a really nice game against Detroit after the bye week. And you could guess the lowest rated offensive player is your right guard, Ed Ingram, with a 36.0. Ed's Ed. I mean, that's not going to surprise anybody that he comes in as the lowest rated offensive lineman, or offensive player, I should say. Let's go over to defense, the best. We're going to end on a high note. The top players. Blake Cashman was your 5th best, highest rated defensive player with a 72.9. Cashman was fantastic, all over the place. He's like in every big play that's made. When he was chasing on Rodgers and then leaped and just flew through the air and hit his arm as he threw, that was a thing of beauty, and I'm surprised it wasn't intercepted. It was very close. Cam Bynum was your 4th best or highest graded defensive player with a 76.1. He had the interception of Rodgers, which was a horrible throw by Rodgers, one of the worst I've ever seen in my life. But Cam Bynum, I mean, he's going to get extended, and I can't wait for that to happen. The dude's so good, and he's just so damn fun. Rookie edge, Dallas Turner with a 76.9. I don't know what he did to deserve such a high score. I didn't see him do much of anything. I think he only had 1 tackle on the day. Whatever he did, they liked it. So maybe he was getting pressures or I don't know what beating this man. I don't know what they graded on. Ivan Pace Jr., who had a great game yesterday, was rewarded for that 79.2. So that one, really goes in line with what we watched as Vikings fans. And in the post game when we did our winners and losers, Pace was on the winner list, so that made sense. And then your top rated defensive player is the Ginker, Andrew Van Ginkel, with an 85. With an 85, the dude, the pick six ended up being so huge. How he's just so quick to diagnose that, tip the ball, catch it, run it in. He's got a knack for it. He's got just an uncanny knack for doing that. It's just reaction time is like a cheetah. It's like a cheetah. It's so quick. So 85 for Andrew Van Ginkel. Defensively, those make more sense to me than the low. I guess the bottom. The defensive ones. Let's go to our top offensive players. So top 5, again, this is a minimum of 5 snaps. Myles Gaskin had a 67.1. Okay. That's all I'm going to say about that one. I don't know. Whatever. It's not great. Christian Darrisaw had a 70.8 left tackle. Again, that's where I thought a lot of the pressure came from. But a 70.8, not bad for Christian Darrisaw. CJ Ham with a beautiful touchdown scamper. 73.3 was the grade they gave him. Aaron Jones had a 78.2, and the dude was running hard. He was getting like almost 6 yards a carry. Had that beautiful catch on the Nick Mullins throw. Hated that he went out in this game, so I think he was on pace for a really big game against the Jets, and that was all taken away with a hip injury, which sounds like he's going to be fine. So we love hearing that news regarding Aaron Jones' hip. And then your highest rated offensive player, and really your highest rated player overall, was right tackle Brian O'Neill with a 90.9. That is a damn high PFF score. You don't see a lot of 90s given up by PFF. So whatever Brian O'Neill did, they thought it was a thing of beauty. And I don't remember hearing any flags on him. Pressure seemed good on that side. We ran the ball right a lot. Makes sense. So no real huge head scratchers on the offensive side of the football, at least for the highest rated players. So those are your Vikings PFF grades from the win over the Jets across the pond. Let me know in the comments if you agree with them. If you disagree, maybe you have your own grading scale that you want to unload on us. Drop it in the comments. And again, remember, keep your skull in your home.